Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lance with Love to Hate, back again with another unboxing video. Today I received in the mail Core of Discovery, a game set in the world of Manifest Destiny. This comes from Off the Page Games. All right, Core of Discovery. Now, if you're familiar with our channel here on Love to Hate, we previewed this game and did a playthrough. I did that with Jeremy of Hard to Master. This was one that we got to cover last year. Very excited to check this one out. Got to play this one quite a bit in the playtesting development stage of this one. Got to play that with Jay Cormier, one of the game designers here. And this is a game that takes after the Manifest Destiny graphic novel series, which is a really interesting series about Lewis and Clark, Sacagawea, kind of, exploring the west part of the United States. And you learn that there are monsters in the United States, the western part of the United States. And so it is Lewis and Clark being led by Sacagawea here, trying to take out those monsters. Now, this is the Ultimate Edition. It includes wooden map board and tokens trays, plus 4 expansions: Insecta, Vameter, Maldonado, Fog. Those are the expansions. So we're going to flip this over, let you take a look at the back side here, and I'm going to get the plastic off of this. Now, like I said, this just came in the mail today. I'm very excited to check this out. Now, this was sent to me by Off the Page Games, so I do want to thank them for sending this to me to check out. We'll go ahead and read what is on the back here. Now, this is just a page here, and I'm sure this is probably because we've got some upgraded components here with the deluxe version, and that might be different on this page than what's on the back of the box. But I'm going to read this up here. It says, take command of Lewis and Clark's Core of Discovery expedition and lead them on a cross-country mission to explore the land and kill demonic monsters. You'll have to form an uneasy alliance with the local indigenous nations to send the creatures back to whatever hell spawned them, all while using logic and deduction to acquire the resources needed to survive the never-ending challenges posed by the harsh terrain. In the fauna chapter, you will locate the abandoned forts scattered across the map to gain critical information on how to kill the buffalo-headed minotaurs that roam the area. In the flora chapter, you'll need to find and destroy an invasive plant species that uses infected creatures to do its bidding, but the only thing that can kill it is Greek fire. Each chapter comes with 10 maps, plus you can download new maps for even more adventure. This is for 1 to 4 players, 45 to 75 minutes per chapter, and ages 14 and up. And yeah, so let's go ahead and turn this back over. Yeah, as you can see, the components list is different on this printed page. So let's flip this back over, and we'll go ahead and open this up, give you a look at what's inside here. Now, I do want to point out that the front cover here is embossed. It protrudes out a little bit. This, I think it may be UV spotting as well, coated here, but it's pretty nice. And so let's go ahead and open this up. Now, Core of Discoveries, a game set in the Manifest Destiny. Oops. Luckily, we caught major errors on some of the maps before the game was shipped to you, but not before it was shrink wrapped. So we've included everything you need to correct errors in this package. So there are some errors, evidently, and this would be the things that you would use to play with instead of the ones that have the errors on them. Specifically, maps 1002 and 1004, and then some other maps and some of the other Kickstarter maps. So, and we've got some punch outs here. We've got the boat that you travel along the Mississippi in, and let's see how that punches out. Very nice. This is very thick chipboard material here. We've got the Maldonado expansion or module, I guess, and some other punch outs. Now, if you're familiar with the graphic novel series, there are these arches, and the arches always mean impending doom is coming along. It's a kind of a running theme in the graphic novel series, so you always have an arch in this game with every chapter. Let's go ahead and set this off to the side. This is one of the things that I was very interested in checking out, and that's going to be this wooden board that is painted with the terrain from everything on the outside, or the terrain of the land that you're exploring, basically. And as you can see, it is dual recessed. You're going to be tucking things into this, putting tokens in these spots right here. You are going to have this spot right here be where you've got some rules for that particular chapter that you're going to be working with. And then on the back side of this, you've got some artwork that matches the front cover of the box. So this is a really nice wooden board. Looks to be pretty durable. I like that. As you can see there, just how thick that wooden board is. Let's set that off to the side, see what else we have in here. Now, this is going to be not something to throw away. If this is anything like the prototype copy was, you actually want to keep this, I would imagine, because this helps you to be able to insert the maps into this without being able to see what are going to be on each of these spots. So you're going to actually put this on top of whatever map you're sliding in and putting it in here. If it's anything like the prototype, because the prototype had something like this as well. So I would recommend not throwing that away. Now, these are going to be those maps, and I'm not going to flip them over because that would ruin what is on the back side of these. I am going to just quickly check. Actually, no, these are not those. These are just going to be those player aids set off to the side to help you to remember what each chapter is about and the different rules for that chapter. The icons are going to give you some deduction clues. This is a deduction game as you are kind of exploring this board right here. And the icons will tell you certain things like water has to be next to wood in this particular chapter. Or in other chapters, it's going to be different. So that's what you have here with these boards. Let's go ahead and move that all off to the side. We've got our resource tray. Now, this is going to be another deluxe component, this resource tray. I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to open this without them flying out everywhere. That's something that I'm always afraid about happening. So you got this plastic covering, clear plastic covering that goes over the top of it, and inside of it you have another plastic tray that is going to hold all of these components. Now, these components are painted, they're wood and painted. I'm going to go ahead and bring these up to the camera to give you a better view of what you've got here on these. And let me get a good display of the different items here. And let's see, hopefully that is in focus for you all there. Pretty cool components. Definitely an upgrade from what comes in the base game, as the base game is just going to be those punch outs. And so definitely something that you might want to splurge for if you can do so. I think these might have gotten out of their little bins. I'll have to organize those later in a minute. But anyhow, I'm going to put this back on here to show you, hopefully, there we go. Show you that on the underside of this, I don't know if that's in focus for you all there, but there are some icons here at the bottom of this to tell you what is supposed to go in each of these different trays. And so that's pretty cool. All right, let's keep moving forward. We do have another tray down here, but I think we're going to need to pull some things out first. So we've got the rule book, and the rule book is going to have lots of pictures in it, lots of graphics to show you exactly everything about setting up the game and how to play the game. So it's not a complicated game. It's not an easy game to play necessarily. It is challenging. You will definitely be trying to figure out the deduction elements of this game, and you need to do that well. Otherwise, you will starve or some monster will get you. So that is the rule book. We do have the expansion materials here. I'm not going to go rifling through those. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. And we do have the folders. Now, these are going to be where the maps are. And so these maps, let me just check. Yeah. Okay, so these are the map, and they're going to come in these folders here with artwork from the graphic novel series. This is going to be those minotaurs that are killing you at the very beginning. And then you can keep track of your progress on the back of these, writing on this if you choose to do so. This is the fauna chapter training mission to be able to kind of learn how to play the game. But anyhow, there are lots of maps in here. You don't have just one. I think I mentioned earlier there might be like 10 maps per chapter. So not lots of times to be able to play this without memorizing where everything is at. You've got your flora. You've got your Insecta chapter right here. You've got your Vameter chapter. And we've got the Maldonado chapter. And we've got the Fog chapter. I'm really excited about the Fog chapter because that was not in our prototype. So I have not been able to play the Fog chapter. So I'm really excited for that. All right, now we are here on this is the other board, keeping track of your days and the events that are going to be happening to you, as well as your water supply, what you're holding in your backpack, and end of day and night phases. You have to keep up with water and food, otherwise you'll starve or die of dehydration. And so this is a resource management game, but you're also needing to kind of figure out where things are on the board. So deducing where things are, that's super important in this game. Let's set that off to the side. This is a plastic covering that is keeping everything else in the box here. I'm going to take that out. It looks like some things kind of shifted around during shipment, so I'm not exactly sure where everything goes. We're just going to kind of slide it all into... Yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm not sure where everything goes here, but let's take some things out, show you what's in here. So we've got these chipboard coverings that protect these wells. These are going to be your sun tokens that are also going to be that terrain on the other side that matches the terrain of the wooden board. They're going to sit in here like so. And whenever you flip these over, it's going to advance the time. Each movement that you do exploring the countryside advances the sun movement kind of thing is the idea here. But then also some of them are going to have those underneath it is going to show you what is on the map. Let's see what else is in here. I'm trying to figure out how I should show these things to you all. So this well down here is for the Maldonado expansion with the cards. I'm not going to go showing you the cards, just know you do have some of these miniature cards in the game. Looks to be maybe about 50 or 60 of them or so. They're going to have their own little well down here. We do have lots of tokens. Now, each of these little wells, I imagine, is going to correspond to one of the chapters, but I'm not sure which chapter is which. So I have to get that figured out. But you are going to be adding cards for whatever chapter you're playing with, as you know, it follows kind of a narrative to the graphic novel series. Each chapter, each expansion that you're playing is one of the volumes of the graphic novel series, and it's a different monster that you're dealing with, trying to figure out how to destroy them, kill them, or whatever it is that you're needing to do. So this is one of the chapters that has tokens. And I don't know if that's in focus for you all or not, but basically you have these wooden painted tokens. Looks like they're going to be double-sided, so that's pretty cool. We have lots of tokens for lots of different chapters. This is going to be the Insecta chapter, where you're basically battling against giant mosquitoes that will suck your blood and put some of the larvae, the eggs, inside of you. I don't want to ruin too much from the graphic novel series, but it's pretty horrifying. This is a horror game if you haven't figured that out. And so, yeah, we've got lots of different components for each of the different chapters. These are going to be your forts that you can put on the forts in the game, because you can find some forts and that would provide some shelter for you. Yeah, I should have probably left these where they were. I'm sure that's probably what these were for, to tell me which of the different slots were for the different chapters. So, like, for instance, this probably went right here with the Insecta chapter. So this is a good way to kind of, signify which is which and which belongs to which chapter. So I kind of screwed that up, didn't I? We'll figure that out. But I do want to show you this. Holy smokes, this thing is heavy. This is a giant gold coin. Let's check this sucker out because this thing has some weight to it. My goodness. Okay, that is a hefty coin, folks. And it is solid metal. I'm sure it's not solid gold, but it is metal. And it is has some engraving on both sides here. Not 100% sure. This is obviously for the Cyclops, but I'm not 100% sure what the mechanic is with that, if it's just for looks or if there is actually something that it does for gameplay, but definitely really nice and solid. But anyhow, yeah. So we've got that all in here. Let's see if there's anything else to show you guys. Now, there's core game materials that you're going to be using for every game, not just the modules for one specific module. But anyhow, yeah, lots of cards, lots of tokens, lots of stuff. I guess I'll show you some of the cards real quick because you probably do want to know that. So we've got the gear cards in here. Let's go ahead and open this up. All right, so our gear cards. Now, the artwork is going to be very much the same artwork from the graphic novel series. If you have not read any of the graphic novel series, it's pretty fantastic artwork. The illustrator is Matthew Roberts, and so the artwork just is it's got that exploration, expedition kind of 1700s look or feel to it. 1700s, 1800s. My history is a little bad when it comes to the Louisiana Purchase, Lewis and Clark time era. So, but anyhow, very much matches the graphic novel series if you are a fan of that. So, but yeah, this is what you got here with the game. I think that pretty much covers most of the components here, gives you an idea of what's inside of the deluxe game. Now, there's going to be some changes, obviously. If you have just the retail edition of this game, you obviously aren't going to have this wooden board. This is probably going to be chipboard. You aren't going to have the improved components, and this tray might be chipboard. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't know if it comes with the plastic coverings or not. Not 100% sure if these are wooden either in that deluxe or in that retail edition, but in the deluxe they are wooden, and they are dual dual board here with that. So, and obviously that metal coin there. So that's what you got here. There's a lot inside of this box, but I'm going to leave it at that and show you the front cover again. That's Core of Discovery, a game set in the world of Manifest Destiny. It is from Off the Page Games. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you think about this one, what you think about the deluxe expansion, and what you think about the Manifest Destiny graphic novel series. And yeah, so if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of all of our great new content. I'm Lance, and this is Love to Hate, where we bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.